Good afternoon. Are you looking to have or learn how to have your text on your thumbnails or animations or anything like that just stick out and pop out? Well, stay tuned because we're going to talk about that right after this.
Remember to subscribe and hit the bell notification.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Karl F. Rose recording from Bedford, Pennsylvania on Thursday, April 16th, 2020. And I'm going to try and make this tutorial as quick as possible. As you can see, I'm in my Gimp screen. I'm using Gimp 2.10, version 2.10, the newest version of Gimp. And what I'm going to do is show you how to creative ways to use your text to make it pop out. And future videos, I'm going to talk about contrast and colors and complementary colors and things like that. But that's down the road. We're just talking about how to make your text pop out. And specifically, I'm referring mainly to thumbnails, but if you want to do other things on your images. Anyway, let's get into that here. Let's start off with a new, click on to new, and I'm going to use the I'm going to kind of show you how to set up a thumbnail format. So go into new, and it's gonna I'm recording this on my OBS, so my OBS and my Gimp programs are kind of fighting each other right now, so this may be a little slow. But so let's work with a YouTube thumbnail. So we want it the width 1280 and the height 720. So let's just do this. Get that to 1280. Okay. Oops. Yeah, 1280. Well, it's going a little faster than I thought. Okay, good. All right. Okay, and then 720. 720. Oh, 720. Okay, here we are. Okay, now I hate these white backgrounds, plain backgrounds, but I am going to show you a different. Normally, I have like a satin background or something. I'm going to do something a little different. I want to do something that looks like, maybe something like a pair of Levi's. I want to do like kind of a rough background and put text on it. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with that. First of all, I've got the background over here on the right. Hit the right click. I always like to okay, this is hidden by my icon, but you go down this row and you look for Add Alpha Channel. You can't see it because my face in the little square is covering it, but you click on you left click on the Add Alpha Channel. It doesn't it's just a habit I get into, something I do. Now instead of this white, I mean, I could change it to black. If I wanted to change this, I could hit bucket fill and change it to black, but there's no need for that. I'm going to go into filters up on the top here, and we're going to do something here. Left click on there, go all the way down to the second one from the bottom. Click on that. It's going to open up another window, so it's going to take a few seconds here to open up another window. And I'm going to bucket fill with a certain pattern. And then I'll make some adjustments from there. But yeah, this is just going to take a few minutes because, as I said, this is kind of, I have two big programs running at the same time, my OBS and my Gimp. Both of them are big. Okay, so we go into here and it opens up. So we go all the way down to, let's go into patterns and left click under the little arrow there. Okay, where do I usually look for satin, but I don't want to do that. I want to do, let's just go with canvas and see what canvas looks like. doesn't show me anything. Okay. How about clouds? Yeah. Okay, we're just gonna, okay, let's just go with this. Let's just go with this crystal background. Go with that. And apply. Okay. All right. Okay, so now we got this. I want to kind of darken this up a little bit. And this isn't really the greatest background. So we hit on colors and hit on levels. Move this over to the right a little bit. And I always like to use yellow font. Okay, I'm just going to go in here. We don't need to bucket fill with it. That's the pattern I'm going to use. So let's just go with the text here. And again, remember, we're at 1280 by 720. I normally go, let's go about 90. That's what I usually use for thumbnails. So let's go, or about 100, anywhere from 90 to 110, depending, because usually I have an image on the right, and then I usually have my my face image up on the right, and then I usually have on the left, I usually have my logo, then the text goes somewhere in between, or I might have my logo here and then my face down here, and I always leave this right hand corner for a timestamp when it goes into a YouTube thumbnail. So let's just assume that I have my I'm not going to do all these other elements. Just assume that I have my logo on the left hand corner and my face image right here in the middle, and we're gonna go in here, and I usually like to use yellow. We're just gonna go with this font that I have here, and let's move this down to about 100. Oops, we're gonna go with about 100. Go with about 110. But I want to show you what I want to do. Oh, and we want to make the font yellow, bright yellow. Okay, go there. All right, and then what you do is you left click and drag, and it opens up this text box. Okay, we're going to do some interesting things here. I'm just going to type in something like 3D text. Okay, 3D text. 3D text, T-E-X-T. Okay. A 3D text tutorial. Let's go to tutorial. U-T-O-R-I-A-L. See, now that's big enough. This is big enough to, at 100, 109. Let's go with 110. 110. And this would be big enough where you could have 2 or 3 lines of text and still not be really wordy on your thumbnail, and still have enough room for your logo and your face image if you do it that way. I like 3 elements in my thumbnails, but that's for a different thing. I just want to talk about the text, how we can work with the text. So let's drag this little arm up here, and I want to do something a little different. I'm going to what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a drop shadow on it to give it kind of a 3D effect. But first thing I need to do is I want to angle the text here. So we click on this little box here. It's a perspective tool, and now the instead of squares, they're triangles. So what I want to do is I want to make this. See, let's make this look like it's coming at you, or no, actually we can have it so it's kind of almost. And well, I want the tutorial to stay there, but see, you can kind of angle it. See, but you still want to be able to read it. So. And now I'm just going to go with like this, and okay, and pull this over here. Got to be careful that you don't go out of the boundary. Okay, then you hit transform up here, and this transforms the text onto that. Now, like I want to what I'm going to do is a 3D drop shadow on here. So I'm going to do that. Change that. Click this little box and put that back. Now we go back to the filters here and go all the way to the bottom here, or second to the bottom, and it's going to take you to okay, now it's in the area where I was at just before, and I'm going to do other tutorials on this and how to even further customize your text. That's not really for this one. I just want to do the drop shadow on this and make it look 3D. So you go in here, you go into lights and shadows, then you click the little arrow there and it gives you a drop down. So you click on drop shadow, okay, and then you slide this over, okay, and I like using blue or yellow and black. It just seems to pop out more. Okay, then you click apply, and okay, then you click OK. Now what I do, see, now you can barely see it. So in this middle you have three layers here. So you left click on the layer to make sure you're working on that. Then you go up here and you look for the color select. So you click on this, then see this shadow, and then you click on that, and then it goes there, and then what you do is you bucket fill, and I'm going to go with the foreground, and then you hold down shift, and then you fill that up. See, okay, then you got that. Then you just kind of left click on the space here. Oops, you go up to here. Then you click on that. Then make sure you're on layers. Now you hit this move arrow, and you move this layer, this background area. You set that up to where you want it to look. Okay, see how that's moving there. Okay, and what I'm going to want to do now, see, and you click on layer. Okay, now, all right, now I'm going to have to adjust this. See, since I moved it over, we're going to put this back to, see, if you look at the top here, it changed from 1280. So this little area is going to have to be cut off. I'm going to have to go back to 1280, but we'll get to that before I finish. Okay, so we got the black there that we want. So go into filters here, and then you go into light and shadow. Now you go into long shadow, and sometimes I like to do a fading, and see what happens. You can actually do some fading, and then you can change the midpoint, but I don't want to do that. I just want to have a bold. So let's take this back out of fading, go back to finite. Okay, and then we just want to change the length. I like the angle where it's at. And okay, and see, and then you kind of go over there. Okay, then you click OK, and because I altered the text a little bit, I'm going to merge everything and flatten it, but I want to put it back to 12 because right now we're at 1479 by 720. I want to keep the 720, but I've got to get it back to 1280. So we're going to do that in a minute. Okay, so let's just merge these three together here. Image, we're going to hit image. We're going to merge the visible layers. And then we're going to hit flatten, and this little square here should turn white. So we'll image, we're going to flatten. Okay, so now let's crop this. Hit the little square here and crop this. And what I want to do here is just get this out here, and we will. Okay, we got it cropped. Then we hit the enter. Okay, and then we hit there, and I probably have to scale it. Yeah, I'm at 1273 by 720. So to get it to 1280, you hit the image, and then you go down here to scale image. Scale image. Now it's all linked, so you don't want to. We want to increase the top number here to 1280. But you got to unlink this. If I see if I hit this once, the 720 is going to change. See, it goes to 720. So when I hit that top arrow, that increases. So you hit the little, you unlink that. Now let's hit this. Okay, and just bring that to 1280, 720. Hit scale, image, flatten, and I'll just file. I'll just save as a test. Save as, and I'll just save it to my desktop. 3D test. 3D test. Because you always want to save 3D test. Test. TST. This will be posted right to my deck, and I'm going to keep it in this XCF file. That's the Gimp file. That way I can alter this if I want. So I hit save. Okay, X out of there. Go there. And there you go. There's my little test file, and I can put this in my Gimp folder. So I just wanted to show you how to get your text to pop out, different ways of doing that, and we will talk. If you like these videos, be sure to, these kind of tutorials, and want to know more about text, because I can make them look like brick, grass, whatever you want. I spend 3 or 4 hours a day doing this, so if you like these, go to the bottom part of the end of the video here. I have cards on the bottom, and then a subscribe button. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification, and the cards on either side of the bottom of the video, and we will talk to you next time.